Supreme Court is wrestling with whether to restart plans to temporarily store nuclear waste at sites in rural Texas and New Mexico. Some of the judges seem concerned about safety and how temporary the solution would actually be. There would be at least 2 sites impacted. Brian's going to walk us through those.
Hey, Sarah, when nuclear fuel is used up in a nuclear power plant, it is radioactive, and so you can imagine why people don't want it in their backyard. That's why we're beginning in Nevada, close to the California state line at the Yucca Mountain site. The feds paid to tunnel through a mountain, and in those tunnels they would store casks of used nuclear fuel. But there was so much opposition to this in Nevada, they scrapped the plan altogether. Enter Texas and New Mexico here. There are 2 sites in these states about 40 miles apart from one another, and the Nuclear Regulatory Commission issued licenses to these 2 sites right here where they could store temporarily that nuclear waste. But that is the question in front of the Supreme Court right now. Did the NRC have the authority to issue those licenses here? Because yes, there is opposition to that project here too, as you can imagine. And this is important for us here in Utah because you're hearing a lot right now about Utah's nuclear future, and we would be dealing likely with a similar situation. We talked to an expert about some of the issues, and here's what they told us.
There's a lot of programs at the national level right now looking at basically creating what they call temporary consent-based interim storage. The thing to know, though, is that temporary, and this is a point that the justices actually touched on quite a bit, is currently the same as permanent because there is no long-term repository for this radioactive waste.
Yeah, those leases in New Mexico and in Texas, 40-year leases with the option to renew for an additional 40 years, 80 years in all. There are health concerns with nuclear waste, too. How is it handled? How is it stored? What about potential mishaps? The court's decision is expected by late June.